What's it like playing with Vince Carter? What's his attitude like? Because how old is he? 42,
42, yeah.
and he's playing with kids that he could be their dad.
I mean, yeah. When I first saw him, I was like, damn, like that's actually Vince Carter. But then I was like, all right, like that's my teammate. I can't be acting like that.
Right.
Yeah, but like he's like super cool. Like
Anderson fakes the pass and sends it down with a tomahawk slam. Jerome off the glass, count it, and one. Jerome, wow.
Hey everyone, we have a fun and great podcast recorded earlier today, which is Wednesday, March 18th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome joined us, along with my co-host TW and Dougie. But prior to getting into the show, T-Dubs, what's the latest on the Locker Room Access site?
So we actually just redesigned. Shout out to Cody Kreiser for redesigning the site. We've got a number of new items in there as well. We've got limited edition hoodies that you probably have. I don't know if you've been on social media, you might have seen it. We've got shirts coming out. We got shorts. We have joggers. We have a lot of new items. And also as we're going to talk about it in the podcast, but we're putting together a little fund to help all of the hourly workers that are going to lose pay over this coronavirus for all the spring sports here at UVA. So make sure you listen in on that part. We'll have more details to come. And as well as we're going to load more stuff on our YouTube channel. So make sure you follow, like, subscribe. And Mark did some really cool stuff with the managers that we're sort of tightening up. Do you remember those, Mark? The manager videos.
Fun.
Yeah. So
and interviews were great.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I'm excited about those. We're going to put those on YouTube. We'll throw them on the forum as well. But make sure you follow and register on the forums to really get us going. Everybody probably is going to have a lot of downtime. Please, everyone, be safe out there with social distancing. We know that's all the buzzword, but it's a real thing. So we want to make sure everyone stays safe.
Lots of voices on the show today. Doug Fresh in Jersey City, T.W. Huang in Cali. My two guests are our two guests, Ty Jerome in Phoenix and DeAndre Hunter in Atlanta. DeAndre, first I want to say thanks so much to you because I know you have pressing family engagements and you don't love to talk, but we're going to make that very easy for you today. And also you are already funny, so we're going to make you comfortable. Ty Jerome, thanks for joining us. Nice to talk to you. Call your father more. Dre, what's happening at ATL?
As far as what, just living?
Yep. Living under the corona.
I mean, as of right now, I'm just in the house, just chilling, playing video games, honestly.
Yeah, lots of people have seen that between you and your buddy Ty. Who's the better video game player?
Depends on what game we playing.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
We're about to find out on Twitch, right? I mean, y'all we can hash it out, watch it real time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it depends. We have our days. Sometimes I'm better, sometimes he's better. There's not really a one person that's like just way better than the other.
That's a great answer.
What's your favorite game?
My favorite game, probably Call of Duty right now.
Okay. Ty, what's your favorite game?
The pick Fortnite, 2K, some Madden. It just depends on what type of mood I'm in. I can't play Call of Duty. That's not one of my better games.
Oh yeah, I'm way better than my Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I can say that.
To what extent are you guys following the news and reading?
I'm reading often in the house. I probably read, a book a day almost, and then just keep seeing it on in the background, stuff like that. But yeah, besides that, regular stuff.
What book are you reading?
Yeah, what's the last book you read?
Oh, just different ones. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, just read different books. Sometimes I don't always finish them. I just kind of, get, little things from every book.
So when you say read a book a day, is that like 5 pages a day?
Articles, books, etc.
Dre, how
what's your
about you?
favorite pictures in the book?
How about me?
Yep. Are you following the news?
No.
Are you reading books and articles? All right, seriously, what's the NBA telling you guys?
I mean,
What's the latest?
my situation is a little different than Taj, so I don't know if I can really go into depth with it. So, we can't go to the gym at all.
Wow. No gym or just the team gym?
Yeah, ours is the same.
Not even individual workouts?
So we actually got a memo saying that we can't go to any outside gym either to work out. So it has to be a team gym, and our team gym is closed right now. So basically, we're pretty much stuck in the house. You know what I mean? And even the weight room in my apartment building is closed down. So pretty much nowhere for me to go work out right now.
Now you can work out in your house. That's good.
Right, because they do have like those videos, right? That you can watch on your
Right.
TV or whatever video access you have, and you could do like yoga works out and whatever they are, exercise videos.
FaceTime Mike Curtis.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? Mike
That's
makes
a
it
good
work.
one, Dougie.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really good one. Dre, how's your season gone so far for you?
How is the season going?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
For
like,
you, your perspective though.
I felt like I was playing well. Our team wasn't really performing great. They had the best record, but I feel like we were getting better after the All-Star break.
You guys have a really young team. So as does Phoenix. Like with a lot of young stars. Is there a lot of encouragement? Is there a lot of excitement around the number of young guys that are on the team?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was like a big thing coming into the season. We knew we had a lot of young dudes, a lot of dudes that don't have a lot of experience, but we knew it was going to be a lot of ups and downs. But we just said we were going to play, no matter what our record was, no matter what our standing was. We were just going to play, and we were going to figure it out, and hopefully next year we come back better.
All right, Ty, how about you? How's the season going in your eyes? Yeah.
Similar to Atlanta in the fact that we have some young players. Like I think Devin Booker is probably one of the best players, under 25 in the league. And then the biggest difference with us is that we brought in some older pieces to try to win now, and we've kind of struggled to do that a little bit. But just encouraging stuff for the young nucleus that we have. So similar in that way.
Hey Ty, how's Monty, coach? I know him from back in the day.
He's a really good guy. Off the
Yeah, he's
court,
good.
his faith and beliefs remind me a lot of Coach Bennett, to be honest.
Yep.
On the court, they're a little different, but obviously they're coaching at two different levels, so they have to be different.
Yeah. Did you guys ever wish Coach Bennett would give you a motherfucker every now and again or no?
He did.
Good to know. But I heard he'd apologize afterwards.
Yeah, most of the time.
That's funny. Yeah, I used to play with Monty back in the day, and he could do it, man.
Yeah.
Dre, what is your house like?
My
How big
apartment?
is it? Yeah. Are you in an apartment?
Basically. It's nice.
I've seen Ty's.
It's like it's 2-bedroom. I don't know how to explain it.
One floor, 2 floors?
Nah, it's only 1 floor.
Got a bathroom?
It's not as big as Ty's. Ty's definitely has a lot more space, but mine's more compact. but it's like enough. If that makes
Cost
sense.
of living's a lot lower in Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Because
Very
no one
true.
wants to live there.
Are you in Buckhead?
Yeah.
Yo, got it.
And what's your gaming setup look like? Are you on a big flat screen? Or are you doing small monitor?
I used to be on the flat screen, but then I was bored yesterday, so I just went and got a monitor. And now I'm on the monitor. I kind of like the monitor better.
Yeah, the resolution's gonna be better for sure.
Yeah, it just feels like smoother. It's weird. I don't know.
That's why your aim is so good. No, you're probably doing that on the big screen too.
No, I was on the big screen with that one.
Don't get bored and spend money, man.
Facts.
Yeah. What do you guys do with your money right now? And are your financial advisors telling you just to not spend anything? Are you guys in the market, or are you guys putting cash in the bank?
Go ahead, Todd.
Go ahead. Yeah. So for me, my financial advisor, I trust him with my money, as you know. We both sat down with him. So, but as of right now, I'm just kind of acting like most of it's normal. You know what I mean? If you watch the stock market, you're gonna see losing money, but hopefully that recovers and it turns around. But as of right now, I'm just trying. This is probably the least I've spent all year. I've been in the house all day, so.
Dre, how about you? Are you more? Is more of your money in the market, or did you put most of? Are you putting most of it in the bank?
Most of it's in the bank for now.
Good call.
Good man.
I actually
opinion
spoke
there.
to my financial advisor the other day about like investing, but he said now is probably not. I mean, he said now could be a good time, but it's also a lot of risk with trying to do it right now. So,
I like it. Good man.
yeah. So it's just all in the bank for now, and once everything, I guess, increases or whatever, then we'll sit down and talk about investing for the years to come.
Yep. Good.
But yeah, like Todd said, I haven't these last 2 months. I barely spent any of my money.
Yeah. What are you guys spending most of your money on?
Honestly, I spend most of my money on food. Honestly.
Yeah, me too. Food. That's about it. Yeah.
So last year you
Food.
guys were getting. Okay, what were you gonna say, Bob?
I would say food and travel. All-star break, stuff like that.
Last year you guys were spending food, right? But you guys were going to spots in Charlottesville. So every once in a while, I imagine you guys were going to more expensive spots. But now, this year, I know when I was out with you guys in Phoenix together, like it was easy for you guys just to roll into a spot that's where the restaurants can be costly, right? What's that feeling like?
I mean, go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, we'll probably say the same thing. I think at first it was pretty cool just to be able to go into a spot like that and not have to worry about the bill or just to be able to afford it easily. And then after a while, it just it gets. I don't want to say it gets old because you're always grateful that you're able to do that, but then I think it just becomes less important and less of a priority unless you're with people.
So if Ty and Dre go to dinner together, who pays?
If I'm in Atlanta, he'll pay. If when he was in Phoenix, I paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dre, let me ask you this: when you go out to dinner with your brother, with your parents, etc., do you always pick up the tab?
Yep, all the time, every time.
Ty, how about you?
Most of the time I do, unless we go to
really?
Panera Bread or something.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Except when you're there.
I'm not sure somebody's memory is in full tech right now. Maybe I think there's a bill a couple of times.
Sometimes where I don't pay, because sometimes it'd be like people at the dinner that I don't really know like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like that, then I'll be like, I'm not paying for all y'all. I'll just pay for me and my mom or something.
How are you both getting along?
No, I was gonna say
What's
that's
that?
similar because
every time.
No. Every time we go to eat, it's usually somebody new there. You know, somebody from that you met one time.
Shout out Horace too, by the way.
Exactly.
You gotta explain that, TW, because people don't know.
No, I mean Horace is he's my financial advisor now, thanks to Mark. And he told me go heavy in the restaurant business this week. No,
Oh
I'm
my
just,
gosh.
I'm playing.
That's a
No,
joke, folks.
Okay.
Horace
Thank you.
was a guy we were just one of Mark's friends, I guess. For your
I don't
childhood
know.
friend? Was he a childhood friend or was he? I don't even know, but he helped us out. We had a bunch of questions for him. He was super nice. I'm totally kidding. I seriously doubt he's listening, but just in case he is, he was cool as fuck. Cover my bases.
Not really how it went down, folks, but that's another subject, another day. Um, what are things that you guys miss about Charlottesville and Virginia last year?
Me and Todd talked. Oh, go ahead, Todd.
No, you go first this time.
I know I was about to say me and Todd talked about it. It's like I miss Charlottesville, but like I feel like when I think about it, I only think about like the fun times I had. So it's like I'd be like, oh, I would love to go back, but honestly, I wouldn't want to.
You would not
Damn.
want to?
No. Like once I think about like my full experience, like
Right.
I mean, of course it's a great university, and like I mean, I was happy when I was there, and I had fun and everything, but like I don't know, I just like how I'm living now better than
Right.
how I was
Sure.
in college.
Does that have anything to do with class, or does that have to do with the social environment? A lot of times, athletes you guys are so, you have so much going on, right? And you pull in so many different directions, and there's so many demands on you, and you got to go to class, and you're traveling. It's a lot to deal with, right? And
I mean,
now
yeah, I feel like
there's a lot less demands. I mean, now you're working for a living, doing something that you love, that just about the whole world is envious of you guys, or I don't know about envious, would love to be doing what you're doing.
No,
But at the
you're
same
right.
time, your
It's envy.
responsibilities are less. Okay. But at the same time, your responsibilities are less, right? You go to practice, you go to games, and then you have all this free time. It's different than having a full schedule where you have class, you have morning workouts, you have afternoon workouts, you have night, whatever you have to do at night. And sometimes you're traveling 3 hours and then you got to come back and go to class the next day. So I can understand what you're saying. That makes sense. But there's certainly things you
yeah.
probably missed last year, right? Like your teammates or some of the
Oh
coaches
yeah,
or some of the
definitely. Just like
games.
being around the team, definitely playing. I miss playing. Definitely the crowd and stuff like that, and just walking around campus, honestly,
What about the chemistry
or
part?
grounds.
Compare the chemistry from UVA because I've heard this a bunch, right? The chemistry in college, there's nothing like it, and then you get to the NBA and it's like everybody, people have kids, people have their own lives. It's not that kind of connection. Is that ring true for both you guys with younger teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dre and I talk about this all the time too. For us, it's more just like the bond we had in college. I think was special. I don't think every college team or all the college players have that. Like some people I talk to on my team look back at their college days like they hated every bit of it. Like they just were basically a stepping stone to get out of there.
Huh.
So we had a special bond, and that just speaks to the culture that Coach Ben and the staff built over there, like the type of kids they recruit. Like we had something special, so I think that's why I miss that so much. But then we also have a young team, so like after practice, I mean, sometimes there'll be nights where we'll all do something together. On the road, I think I always make an effort to grab dinner with somebody. Otherwise, it could just get tedious and bored. Like you don't even know what city you're in, and you kind of just get lazy.
Right.
That makes sense.
I went to the Boston College UVA game at UVA in what was that? Late January, early February. I can't remember the dates. And I saw a kid wearing a Dre jersey, and I saw a kid wearing a Ty jersey, and it brought back so many. I mean, just being there in the first place was great. But then it brought back memories. You guys have a special relationship. What was it like when the first day when you guys moved in as roommates together? Your freshman year, first year. What did you guys think of each other? Dre, you go first. What did you think of Ty?
My first year,
Yep.
um, I mean, once we actually like got to know each other and like we moved in.
First impressions.
Um,
First
oh,
impression.
my first impression.
Yep.
I mean, everybody.
He
I mean,
walks in. You guys walk in the
I
dorm
said this a
room.
million times, but I ain't really like him like that.
Messi?
Ty?
I mean, I just didn't. He was just another kid to me when we first walked in the summer because we didn't room together at first.
Fact.
So I just thought like in the summertime we came in, we didn't room together. So I just thought of him as this quiet, shy kid, and then like we spent 4 weeks there in the summer before we went home for a little break. And by the end of those 4 weeks, like we were pretty much doing everything together, and we went home and like got the roommates to be switched and all that. Like I think we just grew closer over that time.
So when you came back in August for the start of school, you guys were roommates at that time because you guys switched. Is that what you're saying? From over the summer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One of the things that we were going to have you on the show and that we did the live podcast during in Charlottesville, and I know you had a family obligation, which you seem to be having a lot of, that means your family's really close. That's wonderful. But the things I was going to ask you about on that show was I remember when during the official visit, when it was Jay Huff, Kyle, Mamadi, you and Ty at Bennett's house.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hanging out there and having dinner and all the recruits and the coaches and a couple other family members. And at some point, I'm looking around and everybody's like, what's Dre going to do? Because you were the only one that hadn't committed yet.
Yeah.
And you and your brother are talking, and then all of a sudden you call Coach Bennett over and you say, hey, can we talk to you? And at the corner of my eye, I'm just watching what's going on and checking you guys out, checking out the body language with fingers crossed. And then I see a smile on Bennett's face, and I knew it was a done deal. I was like, this is so cool. And then he makes the announcement in front of everybody, and everybody starts cheering.
Yeah.
What was it that you and your brothers decided and said, we're going to do this?
I mean, it was basically just my decision, honestly. And I don't know. I visited a lot of schools before that, and it was just like they were just like a visit, and I like had no like feelings or like I don't know. But like when I visited Virginia, like that was my second time being there, so like I already kind of knew I wanted to go there, but that visit just kind of sealed the deal.
Gotcha. And it was Jay Willie that was recruiting you guys heavily, right?
Yeah.
And when did he start recruiting you? Your junior year?
Yeah, he started recruiting me the end of my junior year.
And you were kind of under the radar because you got hurt.
Yeah.
And I guess I think it was on that visit, or I don't know if it was. No, it was after the camp. It was after the Top 100 camp. I think it was after your visit that someone showed me video of you, and you had been playing in some of the top players, and you were just eating them up. Who was it from Kansas that there was a video of? Was it Josh Jackson or?
Yeah, it was Josh
Oh
Jackson.
yeah, that was Josh Jackson and Miles Bridges on court
Miles
4
Bridges. In the back gym.
in the back gym in Vegas. Yeah.
Court 4.
And you were eating them up, and then people were like, "Oh, he can go. He can really play." So then I had talked to
after that game. Yeah, after that game, that's when I started getting like all my offers and stuff.
Who else were you considering besides Virginia?
It was all ACC schools. It was, of course, UVA. It was Notre Dame and Miami.
Okay. And then in your freshman year, your first year, I was talking to Coach O, and he was saying like Dre really could do. He could really do 1 year and be out. I was like, wow, he's that good. And I saw you play, and it was like this kid can really go. But I also do like I think the two of you have such a fun relationship. And I don't know if I told you this story. What's the barbecue spot? Is it Moe's barbecue spot? It was like across the street from where you guys live. So
Yeah.
one day I go in there and the woman behind the counter starts talking to me and where you live, and we get in a conversation. Who are you? So I, going back and forth and exchange who I am. And he's like, oh, that Ty and Dre come in all the time. And I don't know why Dre does this. He always gives a different name as if we don't know who he is. I just started cracking up. And I don't think people know that about you because you can be quiet,
Yeah.
but you're also really funny and quiet. And I think that it can be, you should share that more because you make people laugh.
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like I do. I feel like I do with the people I know.
Okay.
Like, I feel like everyone that actually knows me, like that's how I am, like 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were when we played the Hawks in Atlanta after the game. We stayed the night in Atlanta as a team, so I went to chill with Dre after, and we were getting in the car, and a bunch of Atlanta players were walking out with us, and they were all like, "Does he ever talk?" And I was like, "He talks all the time, like 24/7." But it's like some people just don't know that. Like I remember like Vince Carter was like he was screaming across the parking lot. He was like, "He's a mute," and I was like, "Nah, he talks all the time."
I'm glad you brought up Vince Carter because I meant to ask a question. What's it like playing with Vince Carter? What's his attitude like? Because how old is he? 42,
42, yeah.
and he's playing with kids that he could be their dad.
I mean, yeah. When I first saw him, I was like, damn, like that's actually Vince Carter. But then I was like, all right, like that's my teammate. I can't be acting like that.
Caught yourself.
Yeah, but like he's like super cool. Like he's just like an ordinary dude. Like he doesn't, you know, like you wouldn't think he was Vince Carter like if you didn't know him. But like he's real laid back, real down to earth. He talks to me a lot, honestly. Just giving me pointers and stuff like that. But I have a pretty good relationship with Vince.
That's really good to hear. What are your favorite perks being in the NBA? Both of you guys.
Paycheck.
Yep.
Go ahead, Ty.
I mean, definitely the paycheck is cool. I guess being able to be, probably being able to get into places that you might not have otherwise. I remember one day like Nobu first opened in Scottsdale, and I called and was like, "Do you have a reservation for 4 tonight?" And there's like, "No, we're all booked." And then I had someone call for me and just say, a bunch of Suns players want to come in, and we were able to get a table that day. It's like that stuff is pretty cool, and that stuff is helpful. But really, I think it's just playing basketball every day and getting to do what you love every day, and never taking that for granted.
How about you,
Go ahead,
Dre?
Dre. Yep.
I mean, like you said, definitely the paycheck. Um, and I just feel like Todd said, being able to play every day, and that's literally all you do. Like I have no other obligation but to play basketball, and that's a blessing. So I mean, that's about it. And it's a lot of free time too, so you can actually go explore and try to see other stuff you like to do.
What are some other things you like to do?
Who has that?
Ty did.
Shit, me. I be doing a lot of escape rooms. I watch a lot of movies now. Escape room is kind of my interest at the moment.
As
That's
rookies,
awesome.
my question for y'all, being rookies and being new to it, what do you look at it percent-wise as basketball is a game and basketball is my job? Are you still like it's 90% just a game, 10% my job, or are you more like realizing it's your livelihood, etc., vis-a-vis the paycheck?
Ooh.
It's kind of both for me. Um, I feel like times like where I don't play well, I'm just like, all right, like it's a game. Like you get paid to do this. Like you're good enough. Like stuff like that. But
Right.
there's other times where I'm just like this is all I got. Like I gotta be better than I was. I can't be the same. So it's kind of both for me.
What about let's taking it back to UVA? What about the support that you guys have seen at arenas around? I know that for whatever reason, the Washington Wizards reached out and was like, "Hey, can you help? Get Dre to come out and do this post-game thing for UVA fans?" And they're selling the ticket package. Like, have you guys seen that in every arena around the country, like the national championship stuff and the support? And you start with Dre.
I mean, yeah, definitely in Washington. I think in Philly as well. I mean, that's where I'm from, but definitely in those places they showed a lot of love. And I mean, it's some random place I go to where I see my jersey in the stands, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of support.
How about you, Ty? What about in Phoenix? How often do you see it?
They actually, our last home game was against Milwaukee, and I did that little Q&A after the game. There was a bunch of Virginia people out there, and they just all came out to Phoenix, I guess, or I don't know if they're based out of Phoenix, but it was a good amount of people. And then I didn't get to go to Washington yet. I don't know if I will. And then, like Dre said, random cities, like I think in Sacramento or something, there's a little bit of people. So there's random cities.
And do you guys make an effort in terms of like if there's a post game or if there's something you see, do you always like give them at least a head nod or?
Yeah, especially for Virginia fans. I try to do that.
Sure.
Yep.
Can I ask Ty a real quick question?
By all means.
So something kind of came through locker room access, and a bunch of buddies of mine sent me a video, and it was titled "The Key to Shutting Down LeBron James." Can you explain how that? Did you just give him the heads up? Yo, don't do it. Just pass it up out of here, or did? What was the key to that?
I knew where you were going with that.
Right.
Key that was the double came quick, and so he saw the help defender coming, and he's the guy that makes the right play. But to be honest, I mean, though, I mean, Dre that's probably been his matchup most of the time.
Right.
Hawks for the Lakers. So ask him that.
What's that like, Dre?
I actually couldn't hear the question. Someone called me.
We're just talking about how LeBron's kind of afraid of Ty in the post. LeBron James.
Oh yeah, I remember when I saw that post. I saw that post, and then I saw Ty run over there and try to double him real quick. I actually sent it to him. I was like, bro, like that's actually great defense.
Are you trying to emulate Ty on defense now because of that? I would.
Oh yeah, definitely. Next time, I mean, whenever that is, next time we play the Lakers, I'm gonna try to do that. He passed it real quick.
Who were you guys' best favorite players growing up? NBA, college, whoever. Like who? Mine was Magic Johnson.
Mine is Carmelo.
Wow.
Shoot, probably Steph Curry.
Okay.
It's funny. I said Steph Curry.
What?
Hey, Dre, what were you gonna say?
Ty, you do not like Steph.
No, bro, because like growing up, I mean, I remember he had that Davidson run. Then I used to watch him when I was little, and then when I was in like 8th grade, he started becoming an all-star and stuff like that. And as I got older, and as it became like more of a realization I could play against these people, I stopped. You know what I mean? But when I was younger, growing up, it was probably Steph.
You guys may or may not be aware. Doug played in the 90s. Ty, you probably remember, but may or may not remember. But if you don't, you forgot. Doug played in the 90s. So we always he wore number 11.
Yep.
Doug wore your number way before you did. And so the conversation often comes up, who would have won on his team? He had Corey. Who else did you have, Dougie? Brian Stith?
Coach Willie.
Give me June, Brian Stith, who I would love to watch Andre and Brian Stith play, by the way. That would be amazing. I can if I can steal a player, John Crotty before me, but I'll take Corey. June.
So wait. So you're saying you'd rather have John Crotty over Corey?
No, I'm not choosing. Never
Okay.
choosing. I played in between two NBA guys. Is the point?
Okay.
Ted Jeffries. You guys I'm sure you guys know Ted.
Yeah.
Big TJ.
Yeah.
Anthony Oliver. Who am I forgetting? Big Chris
You forget-
Alexander.
You're forgetting Coach Willie.
Oh, my bad. Jay Willie. Jay Willie escaped me. You guys want to know anything about your coach back in the day?
That's a mismatch. Who's he guarding?
I was gonna say
Jay
me.
Willie? You know, I'll tell you
Don't say-
what.
Don't say
I'll tell you
Dre.
what.
It's a mismatch.
Jay was sneaky, man. Teflon hands, great offensive rebound. His handle was a little bit tricky, I'll be honest.
So he was a great role player.
No, that wasn't the question. No, who's he guarding?
On your team?
Yeah.
Hang on. He could guard.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I guess it's got to. What's the song say? Got to be Dre.
Oh man.
You
I
forgot
probably
about Dre.
I probably would have gave Jay Willie about 67.
Wow. But you're thinking
And that's
about
in the Tony Bennett
47-year-old.
offense.
See, Jay came from John Marshall High School in Richmond, right? And he came in like he was all hard, trying to fight a little bit, if you guys can imagine this. And he had to guard Bryant Stith, All-American, number 12 pick of the draft with the Nuggets, maybe 13th. And he got a rude awakening to college basketball, I can tell you that. Ask him about that. But Jay's my man.
Nah, I think we all had that rude awakening though, especially playing in the pack line.
That's facts.
Right.
What's
What's
the
the Corey Alexander Ty Jerome matchup look like?
I actually never saw Corey play, so I can't speak on it that much. But you know, if you ask him, you know how old dudes talk. Well, back in my day, worse than that. At the end of the day, only one UVA team has ever won a national championship.
Can't argue.
That's facts.
And thank you for that. I forgot Yuri Barnes too. I think we were deeper. I think we were a little bit deeper than y'all.
And we only played 6 or 7. But
Yep, we were a little deeper. And I'll tell you guys something else. Though. Our defense back in the day was real too.
Oh yeah.
We were real. I think we were playing like a modified pack line. I think it was like on accidental pack line.
yeah, no, but there's so many good Virginia teams. I think that Malcolm Brogdon team, his junior year, I think, with Malcolm, Joe, Justin, London, like that team was crazy.
Super tough.
Anthony Gill, they're following, like that team was crazy.
Yeah, the difference is you guys figured out a way, man, to just tough games, never got flustered. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, whatever. It's very, very impressive. And it's very hard to string that shit together. I don't know if you guys know the odds, like Las Vegas odds or whatever. The way you guys won the game was like a 1 in whatever gazillion chance in terms of, time left against Purdue, Auburn, blah blah blah. So it's pretty special, man.
Yeah, no, I think that definitely speaks to the pieces we had, like Kihei and Mamadi. Like they might not have scored 15, 20, but they were just always so confident and made huge plays every game. So stuff like that was big.
Let me ask you guys a question. I think this is interesting. Do you guys think that confidence comes because of y'all, or because of the coaches? Let's say Tony Bennett.
I think first.
Go ahead.
I think first Kihei just from the day he came in, he was just ready to compete. Like you could tell, look in his eyes every day. Like he was just a confident kid, like super confident, always ready to compete. And that's why, like, I was always gonna, have my trust in him because the way he came in and competed, like it reminded me of me in a way. And then Mamadi
Mamadi is the most confident person on this earth.
Exactly. You talk to him for a second, and you'll realize like he does not lack confidence, and that's huge. And when you're chasing this dream.
What about going up against Kihei every day in practice? I heard there was a couple of incidents of getting extra physical with Kihei. How did that go for you, Ty? You got matched up with him, I imagine, most of the time.
That story is such a myth. First of all, that's like, first of all, in practice he couldn't guard me. You know what I'm saying? Practice, pick up, all that. But what happened was that story about how I threw the ball at him. It was after a bucket. Like I scored on him and I tossed it at him. It wasn't like he was frustrating me. I just threw it at him mid play. So that's how that story was. But nah, he's definitely somebody like you can't just walk into practice. Like he would definitely challenge you no matter who you were. So that stuff was it was cool. It was really cool.
So the fist fight rumor, not true. No, I'm
Nah,
just
we
kidding.
never came close to having a fist fight.
That
And
would have been embarrassing if you got beat up by Kihei, by the way.
oh, come on, he's he's quick.
Nah, Kihei's a little feisty, man.
Yeah, I'm saying he's like Floyd Mayweather. He might.
He could probably go UFC and play the wrestling card.
That's probably true.
Get that leverage on you.
And then off the court now, you've got all this like downtime. You both now are set up on Twitch. So I just wanted to explain to the fans. You can follow both of these guys. We'll have a link in the bio here for their Twitch. And what you do is you link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, and you actually get the ability to subscribe to tie in Dre, and they'll figure out, maybe there'll be a foundation of something. We'll figure out what to do with that, but I know a lot of UVA fans have no idea that that's even an option. So it's free. Every month you're going to get, use your Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime sub, and you can donate to either Ty or Dre, maybe the winner of a particular game that they're going to play. We can decide that, but that's a cool option to support the guys, right? That's what all Locker Room Access is about. So we'll have link in the description.
So with that money that's raised, I just want people to be clear and understand with the money that they and they don't actually donate money, right?
No, it's free. So Amazon's supplies that because they feel like your Amazon Prime subscription, when you link someone on Twitch, you feel there's more value in your Amazon Prime, so you don't cancel it as often. So it's free. Like Amazon's takes care of the actual payment that goes to Ty and Dre.
And then with that money, we're looking at donating it to some kind of fund.
Yeah. So with we're working with UVA in terms of putting together a fund for all the hourly workers that are gonna lose out because of this coronavirus. So all the we're gonna do something on Locker Room. Well, there'll be more info to come. Don't want to I know Ty, Dre, all the guys have been interested in terms of like how to help out the community. So we're just trying to put together pieces before we present it all to everyone. But that's what we're working towards. So be on the lookout for that too.
Ty and Dre, the last thing I'm going to ask you about, maybe TW and Doug have more questions or another question too. The agent and talk about is the agent process. It is so fascinating, right? And at least that was my experience. And Dre, I think Aaron kept a lot of it from you until it was time to decide. Is that correct?
Yep.
So you guys got tons of calls. I got tons of calls from Ty. Some of the calls were just like, "Are you serious?" And some of the calls, I was so impressed by most of them, and the packages that were put together. I remember we sat down with one group, and it was the first group that I met with. It was like a third grade art project compared to like the how sophisticated some of the other ones were. What was it like for you, Dre, picking your agent? And was there something that he in particular they did that you liked more? What was it that you liked more of that they did than the others?
I mean, like you said, I didn't really talk to any agents or meet with any. So like my family just picked five agents
Right.
to talk to. And when I chose Wasserman, they were just like, I don't know, I just felt like they were like the most authentic people. Like they weren't talking about like, oh, I can get you this marketing deal. I can get you this marketing deal. Like you can sign with Mountain Dew and like stuff like that. Like they weren't saying any of that. They just were like, we're gonna get you like during the pre-draft process, we're gonna get you where you need to go. And like once you're there, you're gonna like it's basically up to you. Like they're just there to help with small things. Like they're not gonna help you off the court. So I was just like, I mean, that's basically what I needed.
When did you know that when did you think that you were going to go to the league? Was it January? Was it December, November, before the season started?
Last
Um,
June.
yeah. Honestly, it was like Ty said, it was like I was honestly thinking about it. My redshirt freshman year, like I would talk to Ty a little bit about it, but I mean, I had broken my wrist at the time, so it wasn't really a thing that I was actually going to go through with. It was kind of just talking about it. So I mean, once I saw my names on like draft boards my redshirt freshman year, I was like, the next year that I was for sure going to be out.
Yeah. And where did you guys train? Where does Wasserman have its players train?
LA.
And who was in that Wasserman group that you trained with prior to the draft?
Um, it was me, Rui Hachimura, Nikhil. Who else? Jordan Bone was there. Luca, what's his last name? Plays for the Spurs. Luca Samanic, I think. Plays for the Spurs. So we had a pretty decent group.
And did you for the people that don't understand how this works, you go with you pick an agent, you start working out with them in your group, and then your agent sends you, or the teams ask you to come work out for them, right? Like the professional NBA teams to get a look at you, and they have interviews with you. Did you work
Hmm.
out for any teams?
I only worked out for the Hawks. That's it.
Okay. Why did you not work out for other teams?
I don't know. It's just kind of a agreement with me and my agent. We just were like we won a championship, so like everyone basically saw what kind of player I was. Like one workout wasn't going to change that. So
Yep.
I mean, the Hawks were like a destination we had talked about before I even chose them. So
That's awesome.
once once that opportunity came, it just was like the thing to do.
Yep. Ty, what was the process like for you?
The picking an agent or the pre-draft?
Both. Pick the selection of the agents and then the
Um,
pre-draft.
sele- Selection of agents was tough because there was two or three, as you know, that I really liked. I wish I could have, chose all of them. But like Dre said, I think it came down to just who was probably the most authentic. But even that was tough because the other two that I didn't choose were super authentic, and I'm sure they would have done a great job too. So really, that was probably super tough. That just was a gut feeling at the end. And then the pre-draft was it was fun because of the group we had. Like I became really close with like Carson Edwards from Purdue and different guys in that group. And then but it was at times it was stressful too, like deciding what workouts to do. Like I ended up only doing five, and Phoenix wasn't even one of them. So you look back on it, and it's like the workouts really didn't matter, I guess. But so it's just fun.
I'm
Did
picturing in Entourage when Vince was trying to do it, like it was Microsoft, McDonald's, Ty
Right.
Jerome. That's what I'm picturing. Am I really far off, or was it kind of like that?
Nah, it's not like the good ones.
Damn.
The good ones were like really authentic and talked about the plan, how they see my game translating, and you could tell the people that really watched me play a lot and studied my game, and I think those are the guys you wanted to go with. But we had a tough three to choose from, so it was difficult in that sense.
you and Carson talk about the Purdue Virginia game?
Yeah, we joked about it all the time. I mean, at the end of the day, he had 42 and we won, so it's like I couldn't really say too much to either one of us.
Yep. Dre, are there
But
any
nah,
players? Does Cam Reddish ever talk trash to you that they beat you twice in your last year at UVA?
Yeah, he always say he never lost to Virginia. Like every time Virginia plays or like Duke plays, he like, yeah, like I never lost Virginia, and I was like, yeah, I never won a championship either. So
Yeah. And when you how was living in LA last summer?
oh, it was amazing.
Were
The
you
weather's
actually in
great.
LA or were you outside LA?
No, I was in I think it was called Brentwood, um,
Hmm.
and we worked out in Santa Monica. So yeah, I was in LA. It
That's where
was
I'm going
great
to
though.
ask.
It's a good experience.
That's where I want to retire, Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's a dope place.
It's incredible. It's all about being healthy and having a
Yeah.
wonderful lifestyle and quality of life and incredible weather.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Can I ask one last question from me? I'm sitting here watching this market. You brought up a good point. So Cam Reddish was one and done, right?
Yep.
So you guys are professional basketball players now. You both played 3 years in Virginia, 2 or 3, whatever it was. So you know, you're older than a lot of guys. What's the biggest difference in a one and done now that you're in the NBA or somebody young like a Trey Jones or whoever compared to guys who have been there a lot longer? Is there a big like a maturity thing or young
Like
dudes
guys
just
in
happy
the
to be there?
guys in the
What's
NBA who
that?
have been there longer.
Yeah, NBA. You guys are in the NBA now, so college is what
You
it is.
you could just tell. I think I don't want to speak for Dre, but you could just tell how easy the game is for the good players that have been here for a while. Like they get to their spots, they do what they want to do, they know what they want to do. Like they're never in a rush. Like the game is just so easy for some of these dudes, um,
Right.
and you could just see that difference. I think, but if you go back and watch them as rookies or second years or even third years, sometimes they were playing through a lot of mistakes, and that's how you get better.
Right.
So I think you'll see the young dudes that are fortunate enough to be able to play through mistakes. I think Drake could probably speak more on this. It helps you move forward. Like that's the only way you really get better and learn somewhere is to be able to play through mistakes.
Right. Like anything,
Yeah.
right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
But like when you're a 19-year-old, a 19-year-old first year in the league, right? One and done college, and you're playing against a 30-year-old man. That's you see a difference, right?
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
just
yeah,
like Todd said,
That's the
it's
same thing
just
you just said.
it's just like experience. Like you could just tell, like
Right.
they know like how to get a little advantage or like what to do so the ref won't call it, and just like someone who's 19, like they're just out there playing. Like honestly,
Right.
like you're just trying to get a feel for the game. I mean, I am too. Like I mean, 22, so yeah, you just don't know like everything yet. So just take it game by game and just try to learn as much as possible, and then the next year, then you can try to focus on things that you need to get better on in certain areas.
Yep. That's cool. You guys recognize that too. I
Yeah.
wonder if everybody does or not.
Well, I just want to thank you guys from behalf. I know on behalf of fans, everyone loves following you guys. They're cheering for you. Love you guys. Do whatever we can to support you, and obviously, we're wishing you the best this off season and coming up season.
I
awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Yeah,
Thanks a lot, Dre. Really appreciate you coming on. I know, you don't love going on different shows, so we really value that and appreciate it. And people, as TW said, people want to hear from you guys, so it really means a lot that you guys came on our platform and to share.
Yep, no problem.
And Dre, who was it you dissed? Was it Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow? I forgot. We got to make sure we sell those stocks.
Nah,
You said your
I
agent.
forgot.
You said your agent's not coming in telling me to buy Mellow Yellow or Mountain Dew. One of the two. Sold.
I forgot.
All right,
All
guys.
right,
Best
fellas.
of luck.
Thank you.
Hopefully, the season
All right.
resumes soon. Talk to you soon.
I'll see y'all.
Ty Jerome, call your father more.
Yep, for
Call
sure.
daddy. Save your money.
All right.
All right,
Take
fellas.
care, Dre. Say hi to your family.
Later.
I will.